Hey guys, so I wanted to show you a couple projects I worked on this weekend. Just some pocket knife or Letherman multi-tool sheaths that I made out of 2-inch webbing. Then I also made some fire steel lanyards with some 36 bank line. So I'm just going to go through those real quick. So first thing I have is just on all of my fire steels, except for this Gerber one, which is surprising me, these plastic handles just slip right off, and you can really lose your fire steel super easy when you're trying to strike if this just goes flying out into the woods or into the brush and leaves and stuff that you're working with, and then you can't find it. So I always take these plastic ones off if they come off and replace it with some Gorilla Tape, which is what I've done here. And then I did some research trying to figure out if I wanted to drill a hole through the fire steel to attach a lanyard, but I figured that I didn't really want to compromise the integrity of it, even though it sounded like it wouldn't be too big a deal. So what I did is I wrapped a couple of loops around the fire steel, put one side of the cordage, as you can see, did another couple of loops, wrapped the other side. So when you pull on this, it doesn't come off. I mean, you can't get it to come off. Same on the sheath. Like, all you're doing is smushing the duct tape there, or the Gorilla Tape. Another thing that it helps with is the grip. You notice that they have a little indent for your finger, which is nice. But if you just wrap this with Gorilla Tape, it's really, really round, and it's harder to grip. When you put that lanyard in there, it kind of flattens it out a little bit, so it gives it a nicer grip, and then just something to hang on to, so you're not gonna just throw this out of your hand. You got this little lanyard here you can hang on to when you're pulling it back off of your knife. So that's just something that I played with this weekend, and I'm actually really liking how it turned out. If you have any questions about how I did it, because I kind of just made it up as I went, let me know, and I'll do a video on it. I'll just buy another 5. These are just $5 fire steels, guys. The cheap ones, I think they're Kogan's brand. You can get them pretty much anywhere. I think I got one of these at Dick's for $5. The other one is Sheaths, I mean, they're only $5. I don't even get the Strike My Fire ones. Those are like 12 or 15. They all have the same, I mean, they're about the same size. This one, you can tell, it's decent size for a $5 fire steel. Alright? And then you have some extra tinder on here, you have some extra cordage, you can use duct tape and bank line for a million different things, and you just have a little bit extra right here. You can also, if you have a knife that has this one doesn't, but if you have a fire steel holder thing on your sheath, or you want to add one, this will work just fine to latch it in there. We'll go over that knife later. But that's just a single fire steel. Then this is for my Swiss Army knife. This is the Hunter. I'm really liking this multi-tool. The only thing I don't really like about it is it doesn't have a file. And it's corkscrew. I mean, there's not a whole lot of uses. You're not going to take a bottle of wine out in the woods. I have used it to pull string through small lanyard holes. So I grab it onto the cordage and pull. Has worked for that pretty well. But other than that, there's not much use for that. But I do wish it had a file. That's the only thing I wish that it had that it doesn't. But other than that, I'm loving this tool. It's a little bit thicker than your traditional pocket knife or pocket Swiss Army tool. So I had to use 2-inch nylon. And then I put a piece of bank line through the bottom here, similar to this D-ring, so I could loop on a fire steel if I wanted to, or anything else, or something like that. I made it so it has a nice big belt loop. Probably, you could fit a 3-inch belt loop through there, which I don't have anything that big, but and you can always tighten her down if you wanted to. All you gotta do is sew up more through the sides. And then the pocket, the great thing about this pocket is it's not going to fall right out of there. If you shake it, it will. But if I wanted to make it tighter, all I had to would have to do is sew in a little bit farther on these sides, and it'll tighten right up on that tool, and it'll be harder for it to come out. Also, you can tighten more up around here, cinch that down as long as you have enough room to pull it out. That's why I have the lanyard on here, so it's just easy to pull out. But if once this nylon stretches a little bit more after some use, and I think it's too stretched out, I just put another seam right in here. I just hand whip stitched it with a leather needle and some outdoor UV resistant thread, which keeps the sun from making it like fall apart basically. So that's for my Swiss Army knife. And then this last one, same thing, 2-inch webbing. I actually bought a 2-inch D-ring for this one. They're pretty cheap. And this one holds my Letherman wingman. It's a tight fit in there, which is what I want. Again, that's why I have this lanyard on there. Again, the only thing that the Swiss Army knife doesn't have that I wish it did have is the pliers. I mean, pliers are good for so many different things, but I do love that Swiss Army knife. So yeah, and with these sheaths you can customize it so this has a little bit smaller room for a belt, but you can still fit a regular belt through there, no problem. But if I wanted to make this bigger, I just rip out a couple stitches. Good to go. Again, if I wanted to make this one smaller, just put a few more stitches in it. It's not any big deal. And then I stitched it along the bottom here to keep the D-ring in. Same thing I did with here, only this one is just with some cordage. And then here I braided what I did was I braided an eye into some bank line. I can get this off here now. I used 3 strands. Sorry. Get her off of there. The eye isn't very big. I could have made it bigger, and I would have if I were to do it again, but it fits through just fine. So I have a braided eye right there, and then I have it braided back into itself. Doesn't look incredibly pretty, but it does the job. The other side, I just tied off a nice knot here onto this, because this has a lanyard hole in this gripper, which I can't. I've tried to yank this thing off, and I can't get it off. Once I get it off, I'll probably do something like this, but make it attached to this loop. But until then, this works fine. And then to attach it to my knife, put it through the eye that I made, that I braided into this line. Like I said, it's kind of a tight fit, but it works. Cinch her down on the D-ring, and then if I have this on my belt, like that, I just pop this in my pocket, and then I will always have a knife and a fire steel with me, which are basically 2 of the most important things to have. So those were my projects that I worked on this weekend. They actually didn't take too long. If anybody, like I said, if you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, just let me know. Now, I can do a more descriptive video, I can do a how-to video, I can do whatever you guys want. They're really pretty easy to do, and I had fun doing them, and they didn't take too long, which I was kind of surprised how quick I turned out this stuff. Next thing, got a couple of things from Pathfinder School. Here is the Condor knife, about $50. Besides the butcher knife and the Mora knives, it's one of the cheapest knives that they have on their website. It is full tang. It has a nice wooden handle, standard knife. Like I said, it's Condor. Super, super sharp. Comes with this super nice leather sheath with the Pathfinder logo on it. The sheath is black. It's really well made, you can tell. Has a belt loop on it. Super excited to try it out. It's super comfortable. It has a lanyard hole there. I haven't decided if I'm going to put a lanyard on this or not, but it fits the hand really well. I like this curvature for your finger. It's got a 90-degree spine. Throws sparks off a fire steel super good. You can tell the blade's pretty thick, which is nice, all the way down, whole thing. You know, I haven't done much with it other than play with it in the house. As soon as it gets below, you know, the depths of hell outside, it's so hot out. I think 105 yesterday, 110 today. The heat doesn't go, excuse me, the heat just doesn't go well with me. I'm very sensitive to heat stroke and stuff, so I will be sure to get out and use and abuse this thing once it gets below steaming outside. But I'm super impressed with it so far. Like I said, it throws great sparks. I threw some sparks on it as soon as I got it. Nice 90-degree spine. Full tang again. So for the price, I mean, you're talking $50. Actually, I think it was less than that. I think it was like, they have it on their website for like 45, around there, 45, $50, something like that. I wish I could spend, you know, $300 on a super nice Pathfinder school knife, but I just don't have that kind of money. I'm in school. I just can't spend that much money on a knife. But, you know, if you can, I definitely recommend their, I'm looking into their trap companion knife. That one's only like $150. They have the Pathfinder Scouts, a nice hunk of metal, a nice knife. But they got a knife for anything that you need. But they're, you know, they're high quality, and so they come with a bigger price tag. But this one I'm hoping is high quality as well, and seems like a good knife. I'm going to be carrying it this fall when I go out on some trips, hopefully, if the weather cooperates. But, so there's a look at that. Other thing I got is the Pathfinder School Cup and water bottle. I have the canteen set, and that's more for my my bug out bag or my canteen bag. This is more of an everyday carry. I drink a lot of water. I have a lot of water bottles, and I'm trying to stay away from plastic, which is really, really tough to do. Every water bottle you see is plastic or has some plastic in it. I probably won't take the cup everywhere I go, but I will definitely take the water bottle. It's 40 ounces, I think. It's got a nice O-ring in there. I don't know if you can see that. This is the metal piece, and then there's an O-ring. It's got a nice wide mouth on it. I like it. It's got the Pathfinder School logo. This probably be my everyday water bottle for school. Probably get a clean canteen one too, just because 40 ounces is a big water bottle. But that's what I wanted. This is nice with the nice big cup with the butterfly handle, which is good. The cup is a little over 25 ounces, which is a nice big cup, and it has these two holes, one on each side, so you could put a bale on it and hang it to boil, or hang it right over the fire. So that's super nice. I wish it came with the bale that was removable, but you know, that's something that's not too hard to. You can make it out of wood if you wanted to, but you can use an old wire hanger and make one. You can use snare wire. You can use lots of different things. That has the Pathfinder logo on it too. This I think runs around $30, but it's all stainless steel. It's all made in the USA. It's all super high quality stuff, as you know you'll always get from Dave Canterberry in the Pathfinder School. So that's a big reason why I like to support him as much as I can. And he has some really great products, so check out his website. Again, if you guys have any questions or you want to see a closer look at some of this gear, just let me know, and I'll do another video. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.